My name's Dustin Burdick. I work for Brady West here in San Diego, and I'm a VP of Acoustics. I oversee the entire acoustic ceilings division, so everything from the field to the office to estimating to project management. Pretty much jobs start to finish, and responsible for that department being profitable. Day usually starts somewhere around 3:30, 3:45. I get up, I go to the gym in the morning for about an hour or so. And then I'm usually in the office by somewhere around 6 o'clock. The previous day, I always make a list of things, of 4 or 5 things that I have to get done that day. And so when I come in at 6 o'clock before pretty much anybody else is here, I try and get as many things off that list as I can. So once I do that, by that time, pretty much the rest of the guys in my division have come into the office and whatever. And so I try and check in with most of them, see if there's anything they need from me, or if anything I can help them with, just really anything to help them be successful. Because really in the scheme of things, I mean, they're the ones that make it happen. I still estimate and I still project manage quite a bit, but at the same time, I mean, my sole responsibility is that division making money. So then I check in with them, and then pretty much throughout the day, it's either bidding work. It just kind of depends. It really varies, kind of where we're at different stages of projects. We could have a week where we're real heavy into estimating, got a lot of bids going out. Or maybe it's a slow estimating week and we've got more project management stuff we need to do. I try to visit as many job sites as I can. I try and hit them all at least every week, if not every couple weeks, just to kind of keep an eye on what's going on and meet with our guys in the field. I try to have a relationship with each one of them, all the way down to the apprentices, to the new guys that we get, all the way up to our foremen that have been working for us for 30 plus years. So having that connection with the guys, it's huge, where you can sit there and have a conversation with them about something. Say there's an issue on the job, you can have a normal conversation rather than them being nervous about who they're talking to or what they can and can't say. So it really helps. So I've been with Brady a little over 18 years. Been in acoustic ceilings for just about all of that. Same division, same area, same thing I've been doing forever. I enjoy, believe it or not, there's always new systems, there's always new materials that we're always working with, but it's always cool to go back and look at the jobs and see kind of how they all come together when they're finished. We get when our trade comes in, we're kind of towards the tail end of the job, but not all the finishes are 100%. So it's kind of cool to go back after everything's done and the building's already open and kind of see how it all comes together. After I got out of college, my wife and I met in college, and she was a year older than me, and she's originally from San Diego. So she moved out here a year before I did. When I graduated, I moved out here, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was looking, I was like, do I want to do construction? Do I want to do sales jobs? Do I want to do what, in college, they tell you, hey, work smarter, not harder, right? That's not what I've never done that. I've always worked with my hands. I've always been in construction. So I moved out here. I was actually down at one of the outlet stores. It was probably May or so of 2005, and we were walking around, we were actually shopping. I had been out here for a couple of weeks, went on a couple of interviews, didn't find anything that I liked to do. Ran into one of the superintendents down there that was basically a guy that was walking back to a job site trailer. And I just hit him up and I said, hey, I was like, what company do you work for? He told me, he's like, I work for Brady, Brady, San Diego. I said, that's cool. I was like, where are you guys located? Kind of asked him some questions about it. And he's like, go into the office. He ask for this gentleman and he'll put you to work. And you can give him a resume and we'll see what see if he's got some work for you. So I did, and I came in here and I was going to get hired on basically hang drywall. And about 2 days before I was going to start, they called me back and they said, hey, they're like, you didn't tell us that you went to college and that you had, you know, an education and a degree in this and whatever. And I was like, well, I didn't think it mattered. I was just going to go hang drywall. Right? I just want to hang drywall and metal frame and go on with my life, right? I didn't want to do anything special. They said, well, come in tomorrow morning and we'd like to talk to you. So I came in. Long story short, there was about 8 people in the interview. I was getting ready to go to work, so I was in a dirty shirt and jeans and boots, about to go to work. I had it was the general manager at the time. I had a couple of project managers, so I was like overwhelmed with who was in this room. So they started asking me a bunch of questions, and long story short, they ended up offering me a project engineer position. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I mean, that sounds good. So I did. I started actually by accident. I ended up coming in and working as a project engineer. And like I said, I've been here for 18 plus years, and I've worked all the way from a project engineer to an assistant project manager to an assistant junior estimator, all the way to an estimator, senior PM, senior estimator, and now in the position that I'm in. So. I think it's more personal preference. You know, I think it's more each person, you know, likes to manage and run their jobs or their projects that, you know, a certain way. And that's something that actually is challenging, you know, these days, because you have a lot of younger generations coming into the trades that have a whole different mindset on how they think a job should be ran and how the communication should go. Doing this for almost 20 years, you know, like I kind of mentioned before, I'm more of an old school person who would rather call somebody on the phone and have a 5-minute conversation and be done with the issue right there, rather than doing it over email where you're going back and forth, and it could take up to a week, 2 weeks sometimes, or, you know, people don't want to respond and then they wait and then it's got to go through all the channels and it just kind of turns into a mess.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm more of a hands-on management style, more of a face-to-face person and how it goes. So, but yeah, I mean, I think everybody's a little bit different. Be patient. You know, success is not going to come overnight. You've got to give time. You got to have time to learn. You've got to have time to develop the skills, to develop the knowledge. Have an open mind to people that have been in this industry for years and years, that have learned, you know, from the bottom to the top. You know, just give it time, work hard, and I mean, eventually success will come to you. You know, you got to have that mindset of you earn everything that you get. You know, nothing's going to be given to you. Just by jumping from one job to the next job to the next job is not going to make you successful. It might get you a couple of bucks here, but your knowledge you're not going to gain any more knowledge from it.